right, man. Remember when I was growing up, man, I went to the kitchen, my parents weren't looking, and I grabbed the box of Lucky Charms, and I shoved my hand all the way down to the bottom of the box to get the prize. And when I pulled my hand out, it was all covered in cereal powder and like marshmallows and stuff. So I held it back over the box, man, and I brushed all that stuff back off. And you know, as sneaky as I thought I was, man, I was the one that wound up eating all that sweaty cereal that I put back into the box. But it was tough growing up, though, man, because my parents were cheap, you know? Like on Halloween, they didn't buy us no costumes. No, they used to line up me and my brothers, make us swap clothes. We had to go trick-or-treating dressed as each other. And all the other kids, man, had like these nice plastic pumpkins and stuff to carry their candy in, and we were out there with pillowcases and potato sacks and whatnot. You know, all the other kids, when they went home, you know, their parents would like sort out their candy, and by the time we got home, our candy was all gone already. You know, for the following week after that, we were like stuck on the toilet, you know, and like needles and razor blades and everything was coming out. And all the other jacked up stuff people put in our candy. Christmas was worse though, man, because see, my father was like the world's heavyweight champion of odd jobs. Like one year he'd be a janitor, and then like the year after that he'd be a plumber, and then like the year after that he'd make parole. You know, so they didn't buy us no Christmas gifts, man. They used to line up me and my brothers on Christmas Eve, make us swap bedrooms. That way when we woke up on Christmas morning, it looked like we had all new stuff. School was worse though, man. I mean, I'd go to school and all the other kids had cool nicknames, you know what I mean? Like, you know, Maria had Mari, and Joe had Pepe, Guillermo had Memo, and here I am with Randall. Hey, you know your name is messed up, man, when you got kids named Scooter and Melvin talking trash to you on the schoolyard. Lunch was horrible, man, because all the other kids had like these cool lunches, you know what I'm saying? They had like Twinkies and Zingers and Ding Dongs and donuts, and the best we ever got, man, was like 7-Up, a bag of Pop Rocks, and fried weenies. And the weenies would be like all burned up and everything, but you could still see the little tiny holes where my mom stuck a fork to cook it with the stove burner. Did you guys ever go old school like that, man? Stick a fork in a weenie, cook it on the stove burner? It gets all burned up and everything, man. Then you wrap it up like in a tortilla or a piece of bread or something. You take a bite out of it and it's all cold in the middle. And then all that black stuff, man, crunches with every bite you take. Then you go outside and you talk to your friends, man, and none of them want to tell you that you have all kinds of black stuff all over your teeth. My parents were married 20-some odd years, man, couldn't stand each other. Too cheap to get a divorce. Yeah, they figured it was a lot easier just to talk all kinds of trash and take turns kicking each other out of the house. Our house was messed up too, man. Serious, like, even though we didn't have no chimney, there was always smoke coming out. But nothing compared to our neighbors, man, the Hernandez family. I mean, when they moved in, the first thing they did was convert their garage into an apartment complex. Next thing you know, man, they had like the used car graveyard going on in the driveway. You know, and their house had more holes in the walls and doors and windows combined, and had the roof ever collapsed, it would have killed more cockroaches than people. One day I was out there fighting with one of their sons, man. He took a step back, he did this crazy old whistle, and the next thing you know, I was surrounded by the entire Hernandez family. All 4,000 of them. Yeah, man, they jumped all over me like I was the only guy in prison with a ball behind. Hey, you ever be driving down south, man, and you start seeing these signs on the road, you know, where it's got like the dad and the mom and like the 2 little kids? What's going on with those, man? Those ain't cool. Because, I mean, seriously, how many real Latino families you know only got 2 kids? Because Latinos are like the most fertile people on the planet, brother. Especially the men. We're like a stick of dynamite, man. When we go off, someone's getting knocked up. So to all you ladies, if you're thinking about getting with a Latino, word of warning, be careful, make sure you're using protection. Because you know that saying, once you go black, you never go back. Yeah, but once you go Mexican, you'll be expecting again. Serious, man, Latinos are like jackrabbits. You know, you get 2 of us together, next thing you know, your entire neighborhood looks like a shopping spree at Walmart. Think I'm kidding? What's that holiday, man, the Black Friday after Thanksgiving? I went to Walmart on Black Friday, man. Yeah, Black Friday. They should have called it Brown Friday. I didn't see one black person. It was nothing but Latinos. And it was chaos. They were fighting over all this stuff that wasn't even on sale. Seriously, it looked like feeding time at the Shark Tank at SeaWorld. And then all the lines, man, were like a mile long. So we went over the express lane, you know, and there was this one guy who had a basket with like 1,000 items. Serious, and the cashier tried to give him a hard time, so you know what he did? He looked at all his family members, they went and grabbed carts, they divided up the items, and then they got back into the express lane. So we went over to the self-checkout, and the thing didn't work. And the only employee that could help us was his homegirl, and she had her face painted white, her lips were cherry red, they were outlined in black, and she had both their eyebrows drawn on with a Sharpie. And she didn't want to help anybody, man, because she was talking on the phone about how she was going to quit this job and party like a rock star just as soon as her boyfriend Joker got out of prison. And then there was this one white lady, you know, she was doing her shop, minding her own business, and she had her kid on a leash. Have you ever seen those leashes for the kids? That's cruel. Oh, man. But you know what was worse is that she had the kid on a leash, but she was carrying her little dog. How far do you think she goes with that, man? You think when she gets home, she like puts the dog on the potty and takes the little kid out to the lawn to take a dump? You think maybe she follows him around with a little baggie, trying to clean up the mess and be a good neighbor? I feel bad for that kid if he ever whizzes on the rug, huh? She'd probably like beat the crap out of him with a rolled up newspaper. Did you ever notice that Spanish is a loud language, man? Seriously, but not only is it loud, you gotta sing all your words and talk like a pirate. ¡Hola, vato! ¿Cómo estás? Ah, bien, bien, ¿qué estás haciendo? Ah, tú sabes, güey, tomando mucha cerveza. And that's the kind of conversation you could hear like in a church or a library or something. Imagine if we spoke that way in English, that'd be a trip, huh? Imagine. Hey, everybody, we're back! And we, the jury, find the defendant guilty as charged! I had a tough time growing up, though, really, man, because, I couldn't speak good Spanish. And this homeboy confronted me about it one time, so I thought I'd have some fun with him, you know. He came out to me and he's like, hey, if you can't speak Spanish, what kind of Mexican are you? I said, kind of speaks English? He said, very funny, man, you ain't real. I said, look, brother, everybody knows that it's not about language, man. It's about blood and heritage and pride. And I get bloody drunk, it's hereditary, and I'm proud of it. So that makes me just as brown as anybody else, right? He goes, well, how you gonna be Mexican and have a name like Randall? I said, hey, it was tough growing up, but it wound up working out. Goes along great with my heavy Caucasian accent. Yeah, man, whatever, you're whitewashed. I said, whitewashed? Do you even know what that means? He's like, nah, man, what does it mean? I go, that means that I don't sell piggy banks, pillows, blankets, knives, wives, children, or chiclets on every street corner. I don't speak Spanish, I don't like Mexican food. I've never been in prison. My sister's only got one kid. There's only 4 people in my house, none of them live in the garage. Don't have cowboy boots, don't have a straw hat, don't have gold teeth. Never swam across the river, never hopped over a fence. I can't stand women, and I've got full coverage on my car insurance. My name is Crazy Randall. Thank you all very much. God bless.